Hello, folks. Just a quick little update on something that I put up a while ago, a few weeks, maybe a few months ago. Okay, so many of the people that follow my channel might be familiar with Antony Cummins. He is a guy who claims to be a translator of ancient Japanese books, even though he can't read a Japanese newspaper. Claims to be reforming a style, even though of swordsmanship, even though he's never gotten to instructor level in any style of swordsmanship himself. A while back, put out a video challenging people, and he named several people by their name, and I was the first one on the list. He challenged me first in the list of people that he said he wanted to face. I responded and said, okay, just two things. I'm not traveling anywhere just because somebody on the internet wants to fight me. So come out here to Colorado. And two, I set out some conditions because I don't want to do tap fighting. I've seen modern kendo that they have in the high schools and the junior high schools. And it's like, no, that's not swordsmanship. And no rules that would do that. What we would do would basically be closer to the old style that they did, back in Yagyu Jubei's time, Miyamoto Musashi. And I just sat back and waited to see what would happen. Well, there's a video out now by Antony, basically saying no one in America. Yeah, I want to remind you that an American, was the first person on the list of people that he said he wanted to face. And now he's giving excuses. There's complications that existed back then that I don't see how they're any different now. But evidently he doesn't want to face me, so that's it. He says that there's two people in the UK that he might be able to fight, but he's being really wishy-washy about that. He's saying that their dojo's closed and all that, so it doesn't seem to be going on. Personally, I ran into something like this with a guy named Lee Marie, whatever, who basically did his own style of swordsmanship. Some of us said that sucks. You need a real teacher. Stop teaching people if you want to be correct about it. And he put out a challenge saying, okay, nobody wants to face me. Put your money where your mouth is. And I said, okay, same thing. Come to Colorado. We'll do it. Twice, both times, he found an excuse not to show up. And I think that, like with Lee, it was like he wasn't expecting anyone to really take him up on the offer. He just wanted to say, oh, all these people are saying that I'm not qualified to teach, but they won't face me. Well, I think that might be a case here, because all people that do Koru that I know are basically saying you're making this mistake and this and this and this and this and this. Even the people that do Hima, historical European martial arts. So these are guys that are basically trying to recreate the martial arts that existed in Europe, longsword and things like that. If you've never heard of them, they're interesting to read because they really, some of their discussions are interesting, like about wounds and such like that from bladed weapons that you don't find in Koru. So I follow them. I'm not in them, but I follow and read a lot of them stuff. But even them, they are saying, no, this is crap. What you're doing, Antony, is crap. So yeah, so he's not going to do this. Another thing might have been that when he put out the video, he was kind of trying to get it so that people like me would organize and host him for seminars, paying him to come out and paying him to teach, and then we would do this thing on the side. And I'm not doing that. I'm not raising 1 cent for anyone. So evidently, a combination of the two things, I think, Basic Cosm says, no Americans, not going to do it for Americans. So yeah, the only way I see this going forward is that if somebody in the UK hosted me to do a seminar out there, and something like Gyokoru Bojutsu or Gikan Gyokushinru or Knife, I'm good at knife, and then he could come to that, but I don't see that happening. Let's face it, there's people much better than me. There's Noguchi Sensei, there's Nagato Sensei, and they're flying in from Japan. Why have me? Secondly, big problem is that, my son, until he turns 18, which is we're talking next July, I can't leave him alone to go to another country. I mean, half of his DNA comes from me. I once left him alone for 6 hours, and the government of Guatemala was overcome in a coup. I'm not saying there was any relationship, but knowing what I do about him, I can't say that I'm certain there's no relationship. So yeah, I'm not leaving my son alone. I don't think anyone would want to pay for 2 tickets out there just for me. So unless Anthony wants to come to America, and actually follow through, then well, it ain't going to happen. So that's it. No chance for me to show what true Voodoo is. Show Anthony the problems with him. Probably the best for him, but I am disappointed. I would have loved to have finally someone follow through and let me show my stuff on film as to what I can do to someone. But it's not going to happen with Anthony from the looks of things. Sorry about this, but I'm really sorry this is not going to go through, and some of you are probably sorry too, but that's the way it is.